strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Bulldog here, and we have another Investors Corner back by popular demand. I mentioned the other day that my card collection has now hit six figures. I have a card collection over $100,000 in value. It's actually, that was yesterday on the stream, I think I mentioned that. It's actually up to $110,000 now. So a bunch of people messaged me, said, hey, you need to update your total account value. Let us know what it is and pick another card. A lot of you like to watch these Investors Corners to see which card I pick to recommend. So I will do that. I will talk about my total value. I will talk about my strategy moving forward as far as what I think is going to go up and what I'm currently investing in, putting my earnings back into the game, spending that on, and then I will pick a card. I kind of hate to pick a card because the card that I feel is a good value pick right now never ends up being a good value pick like 2 hours after I publish this video because everybody runs and buys it. But I will make the pick anyways, and we'll kind of let you know what's going on. So I don't have any special graphics up here, so we're just gonna do this. I'm working on my 30 and 30 and spending so much time on that, and I'm preparing for my hot dog stream later today. I think we're gonna turn it into a charity stream. So I've got that all planned. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time here in a few hours after this video comes out. So some of you probably missed it. If not, you better go back and watch it if you want to see me in a hot dog costume. There's a whole story behind that. But anyways, what is my current value? I mentioned that my card value is now at $110,000, which is just insane. Considering I started investing $2,000 as far as in cards. I put about 2,000, I think it's actually like 2,100, but about 2,000, and then 5,100 in the land, which the land has just sat there and isn't earning anything. Well, okay, the land is earning some SPS airdrops, so I shouldn't say it's not helping at all. But land isn't here yet, so it doesn't really have real utility. But starting with the $2,000, it's now in the six figures. That is absolutely crazy from May till now. So we're looking at 6 months. The land that I spent $5,100 on at this current time is worth about $215,000 estimate. I have 3 tracks, so that is just absolutely insane. And then I've got about $40,000 in DEC. So overall, my total account value has eclipsed $350,000. That's where we're at. So that's up 150,000 since the last time I updated my accounts. It's actually been a while. I feel like it's been a few months, but it's up it's up a significant amount. I'm not doing the math right here, but everything is looking great right now, and I do not think it is stopping anytime soon. I am continuing to buy lots of cards, as you guys can see from the title, from what's on the screen. I am reinvesting a lot of the SPS airdrops. I'm investing a lot of the vouchers into buying cards. So why am I doing that? Because it actually kind of goes against what I said, what I recommended on one of the last videos. And I don't honestly know which one I want to do. I'm kind of going back and forth. So previously I said that, and I'm going to do both, but I think one of the biggest no-brainer investments that you can make is buying chaos packs in the general set. Buying the $4 packs when they come out. I literally think that the length of that sale time might be measured in seconds, but if they can keep the site up. I don't think they'll be able to keep the site up, if we're being honest. I think those are going to sell out almost instantly, and I would love to buy 100,000 packs. Would love to buy as much money as I can liquidate and put into packs. I will buy, because we know when those packs sell out, the value of the packs is going to increase. It has every single time, and there's no reason to think that chaos is going to be any different. So I would like to have a lot of liquidity available for that. But, and that's absolutely true, and that's a solid strategy if you want to consider doing that. But what I'm also doing is trying to buy lots of cards, because I believe playing the game is about to get much more rewarding. And ever since they announced their intentions that they want to make it more rewarding to climb leagues, to climb the ladder, that I've been buying up cards. And so far, they have been doing that. They made some changes. I just did a video on DEC changes, and it's now, like in Diamond, I'm making twice as much in DEC battle rewards than I was previously. Bronze has been hit, lower silver has been hit. Right now, it seems like mid-silver-ish to high silver is kind of the break-even point. Anybody above that is making more DEC than they were before. And this is just the start. Remember that DEC is only half the rewards. There are, once they get SPS battle rewards coming, so down the line, which was actually supposed to be here already, but the scaling issues delayed everything. But at this point, we were supposed to be earning SPS for winning battles. And that will be here. That will be here sometime. Probably going to, I mean, that's something that I know they're kind of focusing on chaos and getting that released, but I would think that's going to be something that's going to be a focus here very soon, is getting us SPS battle rewards. There's going to be 7.5 million SPS per month distributed via battle rewards. That's what the white paper says. And they're going to, I mean, they've done a very good job of sticking to that. Now things have been delayed, but they've been putting the amounts in that they've said they were going to put in. If you do the math, that's basically, you can take your DEC rewards and divide them by about 50, and that's how much SPS that you're getting. So I'm getting about 150 DEC per day. It works out that I'd be getting a little more than 3 SPS per day, assuming they use the same distribution, which it seems fairly clear to me that they will. So did I say per day? 350 DEC per win, 3 SPS per win. 3 SPS per win, I'm sorry. That, I mean, right now at 50 cents, SPS is over 50 cents. That's another $1.50 a day. That's basically doubling my rewards. Turns out DEC has fluctuated, SPS has fluctuated, but at this point, they're actually would be around the same. And so that's doubling my daily rewards. That's up 4 times from what it was just last week. And we think SPS is going way up from even 50 cents. But even if you assume SPS is the same value, if you assume everything's going to be the same, that's $3 a win. We play, 30 battles a day or so? Most people are going to win about half their battles. Unless you're just like sitting at the top of a league or something like that and not moving up. Most people are going to win about half their battles, because if you're winning more, you're eventually going to climb to a spot where your cards can't compete, and then you'll get knocked back down. So it ends up most people have around a 50% winning chance. So if we assume a 50% win rate at 30 battles a day, so you're going to win about 15 battles a day, I'll be getting about $45 in just DEC and SPS rewards from winning at Diamond. So, and that escalates very, very quickly as we go up the chart. Go back and look at the DEC earnings chart from my last video, and you guys see how much at Champion it just explodes. There are people that are earning 600 DEC a win at Champion, and I mean they're going to be earning $12, $15 a victory up in Champion League once these SPS rewards come. So I mean, all the math is kind of trivial. It's going to change a little bit by the time we get there. But the point is, I want to move up. I'm buying cards because I want to be able to win more battles at a higher league, because I envision playing the game to be very, very rewarding as we continue to progress. I think this is just the start. We're going to double that. You can also factor in when you can start staking SPS on players, and how that's going to also reward being able to win battles if you have SPS staked on you. And you guys might say, oh, I'm not popular, I'm not a YouTuber, nobody's going to stake SPS on me. Well, you could stake your SPS on yourself, and then your return is based on how well you perform and how much you rise up the leagues. So the entire point is that I feel like it's going to get much more rewarding to win and move up in leagues, and I want the cards to do that. Because, first off, for me being able to get more wins, but then also card value looks like it will explode. Because if you double the rewards, what's going to happen to the card values? People are going to be willing to pay more in card values to be able to move up the leagues. People are going to spend twice as much renting so that they can perform well and win those and move up. So all this, it's kind of twofold. That first off, I see the card value increasing, and then I also get to see my own performance increasing, which increases my rewards. And that's why I really believe that buying cards is big right now. And instead of, I know a lot of people are just continuing to stake their SPS, and I've been staking about a third of it. And then the other 2/3 I've been converting to DEC to spend on cards, because I think that's going to be a huge return as well. And this isn't even mentioning tournaments. Have you guys seen the tournament rewards? They are insane. There's going to be SPS rewards coming to guild brawls as well, and I have no idea how that's going to be distributed, but I mean, it makes sense that you want to be able to perform better in battle so you can get that SPS through your guild as well. So there's so much coming, and I think actually playing the game is going to get more and more beneficial, which is great for the game, and then increases the value of everything, right? And then I really like looking at SPS value and comparing that to other games. Right now, you've got so many games that are raising huge amounts of money before they even come out, before we've even got real gameplay, and they're seeing huge market caps. And here's Splinterlands is an established game, and you can compare the two, and it's like, wow, SPS is pretty undervalued. I mean, and I'm not even talking about games like Illuvium that are huge, and yeah, those are going to have big values despite not being out yet. But there are so many games out there that, yeah, they might even look good, but on the other hand, you're like, is this even going to be legit? Or are they just selling a token? And bottom line is, I think SPS could very easily go past $1, very easily go past $2, and then, okay, if SPS hits $2, now your SPS rewards are worth 4 times what the numbers we just showed were, and I think you guys get the picture, right? You get the picture. And you're all saying, move on to your recommended card. If we're buying cards, which one am I picking to have a huge breakout? And I didn't do any screens, but you know what? Let's go pull it up here. Let's go pull it up in my window. We can go, actually, I know what screen I'm going to go to here. My pick is Grenadier. So this is one that I haven't really talked about too much. Are we ready for it? Let's get it up here. $16 at its current price, right here in the middle. And why do I like this card? So I like this card in value quite a bit because I'm kind of looking at it and comparing it to Halfling Alchemist down here. This is a card that I feel like is actually very strong. They kind of have opposite niche uses. So Grenadier has this Oppress, which deals double damage when attacking an enemy that has no attacks. And those have become very popular, actually. We've got Almo, we've got Lord Arianthus, we have Onyx Sentinel, who's sitting there right next to it. Those are some mid to higher mana cards, and then we have some things like Pelacor Conjure, Kelp Initiate, that are very commonly used as cheap tanks when you have low mana battles. So that Oppress can be very, very good. It gets up when it increases in level, like when you max it out, it has 3 attack for 3 mana with Oppress, Flying, and Blast. I know you guys like Blast, everybody likes Blast. So it's very, very good. So where Halfling Alchemist is very valuable when you have like a big attacking tank up front and you want to cut its damage down, Grenadier is useful in the opposite, and when you have somebody with no attack and you want to do extra damage and kind of plow through some of those more annoying cards. And as far as like comparing them in value in terms of using them in the game, I feel like they ranked very similar. I find myself actually using Grenadier a little more than Halfling Alchemist. And it can kind of just depend on the rule sets and things and how everything's shaping up. But I do like Grenadier just as much as I like Halfling Alchemist. Yet Halfling Alchemist sits at $193, while Grenadier is at $16. And I feel like that ratio is off. Now, Halfling Alchemist is a promo card. It has 3 times the amount of power. So power can be valuable. A lot of you guys are needing power in order to get into higher leagues. Or to rent out to people that are needing in higher leagues, that's always valuable there, or just from getting extra airdrop points. So that power is definitely not worthless. It also has a little lower circulation. You see 7,000 for Grenadier, about 4,000 for Halfling Alchemist. But even if you say, okay, it's worth 3 times more because it has 3 times the power, it's worth twice as more because it's got half the circulation. It actually has more than half, but we'll round. You could throw those numbers together and say, okay, it's worth 6 times as much. I think that's a little extreme, but it's not a crazy argument. Well, even if you say it's worth 6 times as much, right now it's sitting at much more than what, like 12 times as much? As I'm trying to do math here on screen, actually a little more than that. I mean, I can very easily see Grenadier pushing over $30. And I don't know, I think maybe a lot of people aren't quite as familiar with them. Halfling Alchemist was one of the very first cards that I pushed in my very first beginner video recommending cards. Halfling Alchemist was a card that I recommended and called it the most underrated card in the game. Back when it was a few dollars. It was on my list of cheap cards to buy. So I remember when Halfling Alchemist was cheap and I wished I'd max them out. I think I've got like 11 of them, 10 of them, something like that. And I wish I had bought more at the time. That was before I realized how much my videos can spike the price of cards. And I didn't buy everything. Cornelius was like $10 at the time or something. And I didn't buy any of him. So I'm not making the same mistake. Grenadier, I have maxed out. We can quick and look at the stats here real quick. And I'll go show you. I've got one max. I've got one extra one that I've got that I will probably sell after this video because now's the time, good a time as any, so I can go buy some other cards. So you will see me selling one of them. Don't take that as a sign that the card's not worth anything if you see one card on the market. So we've got Grenadier here, and then again 3 attack with the snare, blast, and oppress. I really like. And again, so even if you value him at 6 times Halfling Alchemist, if you think Halfling Alchemist is at a fair price, that puts Grenadier over $30. And I think it's crazy to say I don't think Grenadier or Halfling Alchemist should be worth 6 times as much, because yes, you've got those other factors, but then none of that impacts how good it actually is on the card table. And that's going to play a very major role, more so than the power, more so than the circulation. Obviously, those things make a big deal. But like, let's even go back to the market here real quick. And like, let's look at. Of course, he's now at $19. Maybe he'll go back down. I'm still sticking with him, guys. I'm still sticking with him. I was gonna compare epic cards. Okay, let's look at epic cards and just kind of compare where he ranks, because we see, yeah, I was gonna compare him to Fire Spitter and Shadowy Presence, and say how I like Grenadier. I mean, look. He's got the same. Okay, these are 2 epic cards with similar circulation here. I like Grenadier a lot better than I like Asmare Harpoonist. I do. I mean, you see it up again. If you can compare it to some of these other cards, like, okay, we've got Pyromaniac here at $30, a little less circulation, but I like Grenadier better than I like Pyromaniac. I mean, I think he's a very useful card. I mean, he's sitting there with Axemaster. Axemaster is a card that I certainly love, but I use Grenadier more than I use Axemaster, and Axemaster has 3.5 times the circulation. I feel like he's very undervalued sitting here, even though I was planning on comparing him to some of these other cards like Spirit Shaman. Even with a little minor bump there, I still think he is absolutely worth it, and that's my pick. So that's why I like him. You guys can agree, disagree, whatever. We'll see how high the price actually goes. Guys, please remember that I am recommending this card at that price. Do not just go blindly buy the card. If it spikes up to $60 today, a lot of times it does trickle back down. So be aware, don't just go blindly buy the card. Like I'm not just trying to put here. I'll show you guys where's it at. I've got one. You will see one on the market. I maxed mine out. I made sure I maxed him before I recommended him. That's for my own use, because again, I am trying to max these cards to play with. So I will sell. I've been selling a lot of my extra cards. Grenadier, I will actually cancel this rental. right now. So you guys, I won't be selling it immediately. Well, it's gonna take a little bit. Sorry, whoever I just stole that from. Your rental got canceled on you because I'm going to sell the card tomorrow on Tuesday. So tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be selling one so we can go buy some other things. Let's show what actually a few. Let's extend the video just a little bit here. This is all. I'm ad-libbing now at this point, but this is showing off like what I'm investing in. I'll show you guys some of my buys to show you that yes, I'm investing in cards because I bought a Scarred Llama Mage. I was planning on buying a Jotun. I was planning on buying a max Jotun at about a little under $6,000. And by the time my SPS came unstaked to spend it on the max Jotun, a max Jotun is now over $10,000. You cannot find a single Jotun for under $1,000 anymore. So I was a little bummed about that, but I did get a Llama Mage at 600 and a Chromatic Dragon at 558. Didn't necessarily mean to click on this, but oh no, that's $5. That went to the actual transaction. Let's go back here. And all these Uraeus I've been trying to max out purchasing. A lot of these other ones that I'm selling are cards that I have extra of. So like Deep Swimmer, instead of buying individuals to complete my Deep Swimmer, I sold my level 3 and bought a level 4. And that was actually about 2 weeks ago. I sold a level 4, or I bought a level 4 for a little over $1,500 and then sold my level 3 for nearly the same price a couple weeks later. So that was kind of crazy. These are some I told you guys on my last video, that was one of my picks, was Khmer Princess, that I had some extra of her, so I was selling her to buy some of these llamas, to buy some of these other cards. And I've been selling some Onyx. I've still got some more Onyx to go sell. So you will see me selling a bunch of cards, but it's not because I don't believe in the value of cards. I think all cards are going up in value. It is because I want to get as many cards to play with as I can. So I've been selling a lot of my investment cards in order to get cards to actually go play with, and I've been focusing on Modern because Modern can be used in both formats. I want to have a max Modern deck, so I can go compete at the highest level, and I can be one of those players up at Champion that are getting $15 a win. Okay, I don't have gold cards. Some of them are getting all that because they've got gold cards too. I will not have the gold cards. That's above my budget. Once I completely complete my Pokedex, as somebody on Twitter referred to it earlier, asked me how complete my Pokedex was. I want to get them all. I want to get them all to be able to play with it, so that the only limitation in how well I can do is my own skill and is not my deck. So that's why I'm investing in all these cards. I've gone on far longer than I planned. Holy crap, this is a 20-minute video. I'm sorry, guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this and you took away the main points. I know the video is way too long to say I love to buy cards. I think it's going to get more rewarding to play the game and go buy a Grenadier, and unless he spikes way too high, which very well may happen, but wait for him to come down a little bit from this video and then go buy him later. So thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it. I will see you guys you'll see me next in a few hours later today, dressed up as a hot dog for my stream, which again, I'm hoping is a charity stream. I haven't got all the information on that, but very well may be a charity stream. If I'm going to be in a hot dog costume, I might as well have a good excuse for it, right? Let's get a charity stream going. If you missed that, go back and watch it. You'll be able to go to my live replays. You'll be able to see me in a hot dog costume. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much.